All right, good evening, IHSA football family. DuPage run and shoot week 8. Let's get things started. My name is Pierre Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. Publisher, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm also on TikTok as well. I will now hand it off to my co-host, the great Patrick Codo. Go away, sir.
Hey everyone, this is Patrick Codo, the co-host of the DuPage Run and Shoot Show. Can't believe it's already week 8. Oh my God. Y'all want to find me? Want to throw batteries at me? Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Email me at petecodo@nctv17.org. And yeah, if you see me around, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Yep. All right, so let's get into week 8's action. Marist 37, Montini 7.
Oof. Montini. Oh, boy. Oh, Montini. I thought they learned their lesson from last year. Apparently they didn't.
No, and it's going to be tough for Montini to try and get back, to climb up and try to get into the playoffs this season again.
Because the schedule does not look pretty.
No, it does not. They got Nazareth this week, and next week I believe they got a tougher team. So
Joliet Catholic, who's playing pissed off right now.
Yes,
and I know we'll get to that later.
Football. So that's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one for Montini. Glenbar North 35, Lake Park 14.
Much needed win from Glenbar North to keep their season alive, and as they did, what they should have been doing all season long, instead of turning the goddamn ball over, is explode on offense. I mean, Demarion Elliston, I'm honestly surprised we didn't say his name that much, but he did his thing, 134 yards, 2 TDs, playing with a couple of TDs. So hopefully that the turnover bug is out of Glenbar North's system, because they're in playoff mode right now. One more loss and they're out of here.
Yeah. And Demarion Elliston, he's going to have to be huge for this Glenbar North team.
Is he a senior?
I believe he is, yes.
He and Bland, right?
Yeah, Bland's
okay, so these boys are going to be playing their asses off.
Yeah.
They do not want next Friday to be their last game.
No, they do not. Next score, sort of surprise, Wheaton North 8, Wheaton Warrenville South 7.
I wouldn't say it's a surprise. It's the Wheaton schools going at it. You knew there was going to be bad blood.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm not surprised. Tyler O'Connor, though, came to the rescue for Wheaton.
And were you say something?
Yeah, Tyler O'Connor with the big game for the Falcons to help them get the win.
Yep. And again, Wheaton North needed this win. And again, Wheaton Warrenville South don't think they're going to make the playoffs. But again, great season to the Tigers, Coach Norris, and they're looking good for next year. Wheaton Warrenville South. Naperville North 59, Matea Valley 14.
Not much of a surprise, but I guess that's one way to put behind the 10-7 loss of Central, knowing that you did walk into a guaranteed win. No offense.
Mm-hmm. Naperville Central 26, DeKalb 0.
Well, obviously that's also a much needed win for Naperville Central. Also, the other thing too, DeKalb also really hasn't played anybody that good. I mean, Matea, Wabanzi, Plainfield South's not that good. Belleville West is not that good.
Yeah, you're right.
Naperville Central showed them what a real football team looks like, but that's a huge win for Central.
And I got to say, I saw some of the film. I was very impressed with Naperville Central's secondary.
We thought the win against North was, but the young guns are getting big. Newspawn with that nice tippy-toe interception. Logan Divick has finally cut a touchdown. I know they're playing cautious with him because he's still hurt, and obviously it's Matea week, so they're going to be cautious with them because obviously next week's the big one. Yeah, I know there's some good Central young core. Look out for this core these next few years. They have the class of 2026 as well. Okay. Things are going in the right direction for Naperville Central football.
Definitely. Neuqua Valley 28, Wabanzi Valley 0.
Not much of a surprise, but Mark Meneke did dress on Friday. Did not play, but he dressed. So a sign of Meneke returning. And when he returns, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's going to be special. That'll be definitely special.
They will need him. That defense is legit. But once Meneke gets rolling, oh baby, look out.
Yep. Wilmington 39, Lyle 6.
Oh boy.
Wilmington played angry. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, if you, I mean, when you lose by 50, yeah, I would have to agree.
Yeah. And again, this Wilmington team is they're very stacked at the
They're
positions.
good. They're good. This is a good
Yes.
team.
And again, good ends, solid linebacking core for Wilmington, a calling card of Coach Rintz and that Wilmington team. It's going to be tough. And I think Lyle now is at 3 or 4 losses. 4 losses?
I believe so. That's yeah, no, that's bad for Lyle.
Yeah.
One more and goodbye.
Yeah. Wheaton Academy 38, St. Ed's 7. Wheaton Academy rolls after a tough loss to IC the week.
I was gonna say they put that loss behind them, and that's all you gotta do. I mean, a win cures all. That's all you gotta do.
And I believe
help improve your seeding too in the playoffs.
Yep, and Belay Brummel had 5 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
That's no surprise.
Nope.
That kid will do anything.
Yep. IC 48, Riverside Brookfield 14.
Not much of a surprise. It's IC doing IC things.
Yeah.
We know next week that's going to be a big one for IC.
Oh, yes, it will be. Ridgewood 56, Westmont 0. Ridgewood blinks Westmont on their homecoming.
Oof.
Yeah. St. Francis 83, Bishop Mag 0.
I wanted to make sure I was reading that correctly first when you sent that. I'm like,
yeah.
Did you mistype something? Are you sure it wasn't 38? I looked, I'm like, oh, wow, it was 83.
Bro, I was completely shocked by the score, too. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, this has been a special St. Francis team all year long.
Yep. And St. Francis is showing no mercy.
And there's still much to go.
Yes,
this is only the beginning. A lot of teams who have a playoff spot guaranteed.
Yeah.
This is only the beginning. Yes. Obviously, you want to finish the regular season strong so you can get a good seeding. Yeah. Because there's some teams that have gotten screwed before.
Yes, they have.
So you got to just keep winning, run up the scoreboard and stuff, get those points.
Larkin 21, Bartlett 20. Bartlett.
Ooh. Well, at least for Bartlett, their defense kept them in the game, but obviously it was not enough to help them, win.
It's gonna be tough, and it's topsy turvy with Bartlett. Whatever is up is down each week, so we'll see what happens.
What kind of Bartlett team we're gonna get next week?
Yeah, that's true. What you said is true, sir. Glenbard East 49, Fenton 0. Surprise?
Nope. But obviously Glenbard East has a really tougher opponent this week.
Yep. Glenbard South 41, West Chicago 8.
Just like the last team.
Yeah,
a good opponent coming up.
This last week and this week. What did you say?
At least for West Chicago, they're scoring.
Yes, that's good.
West Chicago, they're scoring.
Yep, and their guy Antonio Mucci had another touchdown over 100 yards rushing. I was gonna say this week and last week, not so many good games in DuPage County.
Yeah, not so much.
Yep.
I think it's gonna get a little better and better as we get to play.
Yes, of course.
Well, even next week we'll have a few good games.
Yep. Downers Grove South 51, Addison Trail 14. Downers Grove South is winning.
They are 4-3 right now. They're starting off 0-3, so literally shades of last year.
Yeah.
Shades of last year.
Yes.
Although one more loss, they would have been fucked. This year they had that somewhat of a cushion.
It's going to be crazy.
However, just because you're 4-3 doesn't mean shit. We've seen
that's true. That's true. That is true, sir. Willowbrook 21, Hinsdale South 14.
Oof. Too close to call in this game. Holy cow. And Willowbrook was up 21-7. Not a big enough cushion. But Adrian Guerrero with the big game. He threw a TD. He caught a TD. He even had an interception.
And Willowbrook, how many wins do they have now?
I believe they have 4. They are also 4-3. So how about that?
Ooh, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
We know who Willowbrook is going to be playing coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who's their Week 9 opponent?
Week 9, Willowbrook? Willowbrook, right? You're talking Willowbrook?
Yeah.
Morton.
Yeah.
But they also play York too this week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah.
I got some words for that.
Talking about that, York 31, Hinsdale Central 7.
So thank you, Ryan McHugh, for clarifying this. But unfortunately, the QB system is no more at Hinsdale Central.
Okay.
Monahan and Sarnugal are actually out for the season.
Both?
Oof, wow. I know. Tough break for Hinsdale Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the system stopped in week 3. They had a freshman under center last week against York. Definitely stage fright moments.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, York's a good team this year. I mean, obviously they got a revenge on Hinsdale Central last year.
Yeah.
They finished the game, but yeah, tough blow for Hinsdale Central losing both their QBs this season.
And
those two kids were special.
Yeah, and they have a great youth movement coming up in Hinsdale Central, so they're going to be good for coming years, no doubt.
They're always good, so I never kind of
doesn't. Yeah. Bennett 7, St. Joe's, Indiana 0.
Okay, lots of unpacking this shit. If I thought the Crosstown Classic was ugly, this game said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I have never seen a team turn the ball over that many times and yet still find a way to win. Bennett had 3 muffed punts. They fumbled twice. I think Heppel threw a pick. It's just that the St. Joe's offense couldn't move the ball to save their lives. There was a few times where they had the ball in Bennett territory and couldn't score. Oh my, it was I've never seen an ugly football game like that before. Usually that's playoffs. Oh, that was a terrible regular season. If that was like playoffs, that I can understand because you're playing for your fucking season. But no, that was no, that game said hold my beer from the Crosstown Classic. Good Lord.
Bennett's had 4 wins, right?
Yes, that was a much needed win number 4, but now I feel like too, because last year that 4th win was a forfeit win.
Yeah.
And now that they actually played, because you got 2 tough opponents coming up, Joliet Catholic and Nazareth. So this was good that Bennett actually played this week. Last year they didn't when they were 4-3. They had a week off and got their asses smacked by Joliet Catholic.
Yep. So Bennett and Nazareth might be the winner gets in the week.
I will be at that game too. I could see that scenario. I will be there. And since that game's on a Friday and Central and North playing on Thursday, so I get the 2-for-1 deal.
Nice
for football.
And our big game, Glenbard West 28, DGN 21. DGN fought a little bit back after.
Well, this is the kind of game we expect. I mean, DGN, they could have easily gave up, trailing 28-7. They're down 28-7.
Yeah.
Not only that, too, they were up 7-0. They never gave up. This is a team that never gives up. Don't you dare count out Downers Grove North. They've been kicking ass all year. Even in their losses, they've never given up. Noah Battle got it started with the 80-yard TD run for DGN. Julius Ellis, 129 yards and a TD. Jack Oberhofer, 2 more.
2 touchdowns, yeah.
So while it sucks that Joey Pope's not playing, it's no problem to Glenbard West.
Yeah, and again, they're going to be they're always going to playoffs. DGN, hats off to them. They were unbelievable. They're going to be.
Those are 2 good losses right there. I think they'll work for them to really give people fits down the stretch.
And they're going to be they're definitely a dark horse in the playoffs.
Well, they lost to 2. They lost to 2 good teams, York and Glenbard West. So 2 powerhouse teams.
Yeah. No, you're completely right.
Those are 2 good losses.
Yep. Batavia 33 in the IHSA games of the week. Batavia 33, Geneva 7.
Batavia laid the wood. Holy shit. Drew Gerke came in clutch. Geneva made it 14-7. Gerke had a kick return. 21-7. That man can't be stopped.
He's Gerke's looking good. Wepley's looking good. Ryan Bowe is looking good.
That whole team's looking good.
That Batavia team is special. Geneva's going to be in the playoffs, no doubt about that. And again, we'll see how they perform in the playoffs. But I think Geneva, again, the future is bright for these Vikings.
Absolutely.
Loyola 34, Providence Catholic 22.
Wait a minute. Did you forget about Plainfield North?
Oh, I'm sorry. You
forgot a few games.
I'm an official idiot. Plainfield North 22, Manuka 21. Wow. Big
I
game,
mean,
defensive battle.
For Plainfield North, this is a game that they needed. I mean, yeah, it's a win, but obviously not. You're not going to blow out all the teams. This is their only second closest game this year. When they played, their last one was against Naperville Central, where they won by 10. So no, they needed that. They needed that. They were actually trailing 21-7, and won by 1.
Yeah, and for me, you're playing for North, underrated team in 8A. Manuka also.
I thought they were in 7A.
Plainfield North is in 7A because I'm a complete idiot.
It's all
Manuka, I believe Manuka's in 8A if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Manuka's in 8A. They beat York last year. But no, Plainfield North, I feel like they're going to be a scary, 7A dark horse.
Demiro, Sure, and all those guys.
Ashiru, John St. Clair, that secondary is.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with that team.
And
I saw them. Muhammad is go-to target.
Yes.
I can't see them in League 2. That's a.
Manuka and Dooley, they're doing good. And again,
now Manuka, that's honestly a good loss.
Yeah, that is a good loss.
And their offense undefeated.
And their offensive line, like I said, just absolutely massive. So, okay, this is a Sacred Heart Griffin 49, Glenwood 0.
So we were talking about both offenses. Well, one offense showed up. The other offense was non-existent. What the hell? Completely non-existent.
Yeah, I was completely.
You come in lighting up the scoreboard, and then you lay a big fat donut on the board. Terrible.
And
I hope the Sacred Heart Griffin defensive staff bought their defense donuts.
Yeah,
that's all I'm hoping for.
Sacred Heart Griffin's offensive line is unbelievable, and we got a shot to see a Sacred Heart Griffin, almost a Sacred Heart Griffin St. Francis title game.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
and if that's the case,
I
think Ken might win.
Yeah. Loyola 34, Providence Catholic 22.
And that honestly doesn't show how bad the game was. I mean, Loyola was up 34-7.
Yeah.
Celtics just scored in garbage time.
Again, Loyola's looking good. I'm actually more impressed with Providence Catholic, to be honest. I saw some.
Yeah, no. Well, they gave him a fight. They gave a fight in that game for sure.
So, 8-8 again. 8-8 to me, 8-8 is tough. 8-8 is going to be tough.
Anyone can win an 8-8.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Simeon 29, Kenwood zip. Wow,
good win for Simeon.
Simeon's the real deal. But here's the thing about Kenwood: they're getting some players back. Kenwood Academy's getting some players back.
That's huge.
Brother Rice 34. Oh, wait, what's the score again? Brother Rice with
31-24.
31-24. I'm sorry. In overtime. Oh, Brother Rice.
Well, Jolie Catholic too should be ashamed of themselves. They were up 14-3.
Yes.
They were up 14-3, got outscored 28-10. Huge win for the Crusaders. Their touchdown came on like a 3rd and long. Holy shit! Yeah. What a great effort by the player.
And you talk about a big turning point for Brother Rice. Very impressive with Brother Rice. Julie Catholic back to the drawing board, but Julie Catholic's going to be in the playoffs. And what class is Julie at? 4A. So guess what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So come on. Next one. Oh my. Lamont 68, Richards 30.
What did Richards do to poor Lamont? Jesus Christ. They put up almost 70 on them. What the hell? This game was all Lamont from the beginning.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Mayo tried to get a lead to come back with Richards, but Payne Solomon of Lamont, he's killing it. He is the real deal. So,
right.
Unbelievable. Lincoln Way East 52, HF 14. We got some big blowouts, my man.
Well, what's funny, too, about this game, this didn't even look like a blowout. It was 14-all, and then, boom!
Yeah.
That was the ass whooping.
Yes.
But that's Lincoln Way East. They're that good.
And again, this Lincoln Way East team is
4 touchdowns for James Kwasinski.
Yeah. This Lincoln Way East team is very impressive. Next, Belvedere 24, Hano 17.
Okay, finally, there's our first closest game.
Yeah.
One of our closest games.
Belvedere North is undefeated. Belvedere North is undefeated. Unbelievable.
They ended the game on a 14-0 run.
I'm going to tell you right now, this Belvedere North team, don't sleep
What
on this
class
team.
are they in?
Belvedere North, 7A, 6A, 7A, 6A.
It's all good.
Yeah. I think it's 6A.
Well, you're talking about 6A. Holy shit! All these classes are loaded.
Yeah.
These big dog classes 5 through 8. We pretty much it's tough.
Yeah.
Where for 1 through 4, we kind of have an idea who is the powerhouse.
Yes. All right. Now we get into week 8 games of the week. There's big games, but again, there's a lot of stinkers. There's a lot of big time blowouts coming up. So, Glenbard East versus Glenbard South. Deep dish.
This ain't going to be a blowout. This ain't going to be a blowout.
Yeah, this is going to be an epic matchup.
Big test for that Glenbard East defensive line.
Yes.
I think Glenbard East steals it.
Yeah. What do you say?
Glenbard East.
Ooh. I'm tossed. I'm up in the air with this game. I think this is going to be an epic game. Glenbard South, Michael Champagne, he is looking unbelievable. Cam Williams, Jalen Brown, Alex Ortiz, their defense, they got to be on point. They have to be on point.
Yes.
Glenbard East offense. Dylan, quarterback for Glenbard East, underrated quarterback that you must know about. And again, Coach Walters has done a wonderful job. He's taking Glenbard East to a lot more playoff appearances. The last coach to do it was they only did one playoff appearance. Coach Walters from Glenbard East has done a wonder with this.
How long has he been at Glenbard East?
2011, 2012.
Oh shit, they came a long way then.
Yeah, they came a very long way.
Because I'll tell you this: his first few years of Glenbard East were not pretty. Well, they were in the DVC when they were basically everyone's punching bag.
Yes. Yeah, and you're right. You're completely right. In Glenbard South, you got Coach Chrissy, who they have not missed the playoffs since 2010.
Well, they're going to make the playoffs, obviously.
And they're going to make the playoffs again this year. And again, this Glenbard South team believes in itself. They want that state title. And they're in 5A. And 5A is just it's going to be a weird class.
5A through 8A is loaded.
Yes. Yes.
There's no favorite. There is no favorite at the moment.
Yeah, and unlike 1A or 2A, 1A, Lena Winslow's the big dogs. 2A, St. Teresa is the big dogs. 3A, it's looking like IC, but we'll see what happens.
4A is more of a toss-up too, since we get a lot of good teams.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Nazareth versus Montini.
Honestly, Pete, we're talking about blowouts. This might be one of those blowouts.
Yeah.
It's a playoff game for Naz and Montini. Both teams are just struggling. Both teams are fighting to keep their season alive.
No, I agree. You're right. You're completely right. And again, with Nazareth, the big thing will be their defense, and they've had a couple weeks, but they did an unbelievable job to get their first week against Kankakee. That was impressive.
Yes.
Next one, Bennett versus Julia Catholic. Can Bennett get the big upset, straight upset with what happened last week with Julia Catholic? Can they get the big?
Well, it's going to be tough. Julia Catholic's playing pissed off. Well, shit, Bennett's playing pissed off too because they played like shit last week against St. Joseph.
Yeah.
Whoever hits 21st wins.
Yeah. And again, Bennett. The big thing against Julia Catholic: run defense, steal, run defense.
Right.
If they can't stop the run, it's going to be a long game. Next one: St. Charles North versus Glenbard North. Can Glenbard North get the big upset, my man?
I think they will. Glenbard North pulls the upset. Yes, sir.
Ooh.
I went that way.
Ooh. This is another toughie, and we bet against Glenbard North.
These last two games are playoff games for Glenbard North.
Yes. And Glenbard North is always a thorn in my side because literally I don't know what Glenbard North we're going to get. It's a tough one.
We might get the good Glenbard North. We'll see.
Yes, that's true. Wheaton North versus Geneva.
I think the Falcons will definitely put that game behind Wheaton South and take down the Vikings.
Oh, this is this is another interesting game.
This will be close.
Geneva's got to step up. This is a big week for them. The proving game for them. The Kelb versus Nequa Valley. Can the Kelb, after losing their homecoming game to Naperville Central, Can they get the upset?
Honestly, I think the Eagles going to destroy them. This is going to be another blowout game.
Ooh, okay. And that's Patrick Codo. St. Francis versus I hate putting into Riverside Brookfield this, but St. Francis versus Riverside Brookfield.
St. Francis all day. What are you doing?
Can Riverside Brookfield get the slightest chance of an upset?
You were talking about this last week, and they got destroyed. So no.
Hey, I think the Bulldogs will give them a tough fight. We'll see what happens. Bartlett versus South Elgin. Again, more of a one-sided game.
South Elgin.
Bartlett, okay, all right. We'll see what happens. I think you're right. By the way, Lyons Township versus Glenbard West.
I think Lyons Township will give Glenbard West a fight, but Glenbard West wins.
Yeah, Ryan Jackson from Jackson, quarterback from Lyons Township, player you got to check out. Defensive line for Lions, if they're able to get penetration on that offensive line in Glenbard West, it could be a tough game. But I agree with you, Mr. Codo. You are right, sir. York versus Willowbrook. Can Willowbrook get the upsets of all upsets?
I'm smelling upset for this one. I'm smelling upset.
Ooh.
Last year, York lost a hangover game. This might be their hangover game.
This game, and I agree with you, this game scares me towards it. And again, what's the one thing about week 8 is you get blowouts and you get upsets. Those are the two big things for week 8. York cannot overlook Willowbrook. They cannot overlook Willowbrook. They can't do it. If they do, it's gonna spell doom for them. And again, with Willowbrook, it's gonna be their defense. Their defense. Can they get pressure on Veza? Can they stop Kelly Watson? That's gonna be huge. This is gonna be a big game, and I guarantee you we're gonna get batteries thrown at us, both of us. But
right here.
Yes. All right. Let's get into the IHSA games of the week. And if you're asking, well, that was a short list. That's because it is a short list. There's nothing really there.
That's no surprise. Wait till we get playoff.
Carmel versus Marist.
Please, Marist.
So can Carmel get the big up? So you're saying Marist is going to be Carmel?
Yes.
I believe in this Corsair team. I think this Corsair team is going to fight. Goodrich and Coach McKee, we trust in this Corsair team. Great offensive line. Mr. Weber at quarterback. I believe in this team. I think it's going to be a tough game. This is a magical season for the Carmel Corsairs. I think they might get the upset over a tough Marist team.
I won't be surprised if they do.
And if I'm wrong, you can throw batteries at me. I know Marist.
And if I'm wrong, you can throw batteries at me too.
Next one, Normal West versus Peoria.
Oh boy, we got ourselves a Texas shootout coming up in Normal. Holy shit, Peoria, 54 points a game. Normal West, not quite that number, but that defense is going to be coming ready to play. They got to stop Malachi Washington and Tino Gist. Holy cow, those are two major names to watch for Peoria.
2016, 2017, when that Peoria offense took off, and I think it was 2016 when he won the state title.
They dropped 62 on Vernon Hills.
I couldn't believe the scores. I couldn't believe it. Their offense was killing it. The problem was their defense. In Normal West, they can exploit that defense of Peoria. We'll see, but I think you're right. I think Peoria is going to get it. Again, Valentino.
It's going to be high scoring for sure.
Yes, it's going to be. I
guess the first team to 50 wins.
Yes. Shelbyville and Malachi Washington of Peoria running back. He's going to be a star in that game as well. Shelbyville versus St. Teresa. Both teams undefeated. Shelbyville 1A, St. Teresa 2A.
Well, this is another underrated Texas shootout. Let me put it there. This is a big game. The Central Illinois Conference. Two state experienced well teams.
And again, with Shelbyville, I think the big thing was going to stop that St. Teresa run attack. But it's going to be a good game. Rams, the Shelbyville is a team to keep an eye out. And for that 1A, Shelbyville, do not sleep on them. Morgan Park versus Simeon, the big game in Chicago, sir.
I think Simeon takes it. Simeon destroys them.
Ooh. Can the youth of Morgan Park and the Broncos and in CJ James, can they get the big win over Simeon? That's the question. And again, this Simeon offensive line, defensive line, they're big boys, and they're going to knock you on your ass. Simple as that. Burgess at Simeon, he's a star. Oh, this is going to be a good game. But I tend to agree with you in Morgan Park. I can hear it, Coach James. You can let me hear it too. You can throw batteries at my fat ass. I believe this is going to be a tough game, but I think I'm going to go with Simeon. I think you're right, sir. Hershey versus Elk Grove. Elk Grove's only got one loss. They have a miracle season against a Hershey team. Colton Gamino. He's having.
I'll tell you this: if Elk Grove gets the win, that's going to shake up the Mid Suburban East Conference.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It's going to be. I think the Huskies. Yeah, I think the Huskies will win that game. Yeah,
Elk Grove will give them a fight.
Edwardsville versus East St. Louis. Edwardsville, one loss. They lost to O'Fallon. Can they get it? Can they shock the world? Can they?
I'm hoping they can, but after how they played against Belleville East, they only beat Belleville East by 1, so that's tough for Edwardsville.
I agree. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Edwardsville's a great team, but you're playing basically a Division I version of high school football.
That's a killer. And you're right. You're completely right. Last game, Sterling versus Moline. The big game in Western Big Six.
Western Big Six, indeed. I think Moline takes it.
Wow. Sterling, unbelievable defense. Talabante, Kale Ryan, good offensive line, good defensive line. Moline put up over 400, 500 yards of rushing last week. We got ourselves a big boy battle, a trench fight like any other, and the Hogs will be running wild. This is a good game.
Probably another Texas shootout.
In the state of Illinois. No questions.
Oh, what's the matter with you people? Come on now.
And again, my name is Coach Big Pete, a.k.a.
I'll throw batteries at you people for not giving us questions.
Watch out. He means it. Please follow Coach Big Pete Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And again, breakfast with Coach Big Pete, 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, Glenbard East, Glenbard South. Can't wait to see you guys. Mr. Codo, please finish us up, sir.
Hello, everyone. This is Patrick Codo, Sports Employer from NCTV 17. If you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if you want to email me at pcodo@nctv17.org.
And people, we will see you next week.